Welcome back to Chris TV 000, and I have a few stories I'm going to share with you guys today. Now, of course, they're going to be sad, but I always try to lighten things up by adding in a good story of something positive. But with that being said, you guys have a safe day, stay blessed, and always do a good deed.
I realized that I wasn't dead.
What was supposed to be a regular drop-off for this Lyft driver turned out to be a nightmare. The driver picked up a 17-year-old in Mississippi earlier this week, and then things got really ugly really quick. The teen pulled out a gun and told the driver to get in the back seat, demanding her phone and credit cards. He then drove to a wooded area where cops say the suspect shot her 6 to 7 times.
I get on my knees, and that's when the first shot was fired.
He drove off, leaving her to crawl to a nearby apartment building for help. Luckily, she survived, leaving doctors in shock. The gunman was arrested that same day and is facing a bunch of charges. The driver says she's grateful to be alive.
The crowd began to compress towards the front of the stage, okay? And that caused some panic.
There was a ton of chaos at the Astroworld Music Festival in Houston on Friday. At least 8 people died and 23 more were taken to the hospital. 11 were in cardiac arrest. Officials say the mass casualty incident happened when the crowd surged toward the front of the stage during Travis Scott's performance. Concert goers posted video of what appears to be an ambulance in the crowd as the show goes on. In another clip, you can hear people chanting, "Stop the show."
Security, somebody help jump in real quick.
Travis tweeting Saturday morning, "I'm absolutely devastated by what took place last night. My prayers go out to the families and all those impacted by what happened at Astroworld Festival." Around 50,000 people were at the sold-out festival. Earlier video shows people pushing and stepping over each other to get in. More than 300 people were injured throughout the day. Organizers announced on Instagram that day 2 is canceled, saying they're focused on supporting local officials however they can. We'll update here when we have more details. 3 Florida teens, 2 girls and a boy, were arrested for allegedly killing a classmate with a sword and a knife. Dwight DJ Grant went missing October 17th. His body was found 2 days later in some bushes near an apartment complex, badly beaten and with stab wounds. Police say surveillance video shows 2 teen suspects attacking DJ in a stairwell while the third acted as a lookout. According to arrest docs, the teens burned their clothes in a bonfire afterwards. Police say the teens planned the murder after DJ apparently hooked up with the male suspect's ex-girlfriend. The boy apparently texted, quote, "Murder will definitely happen soon," to his girlfriend, one of the female suspects. She, quote, jokingly texted back that she'd help. Those teens are now facing multiple charges, including first-degree murder. People at the Bronx Zoo saw a little bit more than what they expected this week when this woman climbed over a barrier and into the lion exhibit. Next thing you know, she's dancing with roses and throwing $100 bills at the animals. And as you can see, even the lions are confused. Employees at the Bronx Zoo say the mystery woman was gone by the time they got there. In 2019, a similar incident happened at that exact same zoo. Officials say they're trying to identify who this woman is and prosecute her for trespassing.
I get a phone call from the school telling me that I need to get to the school to come there to deal with some issues with my child. So they told me that he is not in danger, but he is in major trouble. I pull up to the school. There are 4 police officers, the district attorney's office, the superintendent, the principal, 3 IT technicians. At first, I'm thinking maybe he took the pow-pow to school, like maybe he got into my safe, like maybe he knows the code and I don't know that he knows the code. But obviously that is not the issue. I said, what possibly could my 11-year-old child who is in 5th grade done that has warranted all of this police activity? He's been controlling the internet at the school for the past 3 months. So he was shutting it off, turning it back on when he wanted to. It was to the point where these kids had off school. Their teachers could not email each other. They could not instant message each other. These kids were off school like every other week. They called in the National Guard to figure it out, and they could not figure it out. So then they had to go through every single computer at the school until they figured out it was him. They wanted to press federal charges on him. Do you understand I had to hire a federal attorney for my 11-year-old? We didn't know that this TikTok was going to blow up, but this is the baby genius, as y'all like to call him. Hello. The outcome of that was that the district attorney's office actually decided to not press charges against him because he's 11 and they did not want to ruin his record. The school was not very happy about that, but it wasn't really in their hands. Yeah, so basically they gave him 5 tasks that he had to complete in order for his record to be wiped clean so that it did not go to court. I knew he was smart. I've always said that he's smart. Does he make the best choices all the time? No. But we are working on that.